Here. A clause from decades ago, rarely enforced but never officially removed from the company's founding charter either. Grace may have her shares, but if this clause still holds legal weight, her voting power could be significantly restricted.
Hi guys, so this is another episode of our new movie. Stay with me as we watch it together.
34%. 9 years of marriage, and I never once suspected she was capable of something like this. I always thought I was the strong one in this marriage, the provider, the protector. I was wrong about everything. She let me humiliate her. She let my mother humiliate her. And this entire time, she held real power over us. Why didn't she ever say anything? Why let it get this far? With Vanessa, with the baby, with all of it? Maybe because she wanted to see exactly who I really was. And now I'm terrified of what that answer actually is. I need to talk to her properly. Not as her husband demanding answers, but as someone who genuinely wants to understand.
Board member. It has a nice sound to it, doesn't it? Something I earned entirely on my own, without anyone's permission. 9 years of being told I wasn't enough. 9 years of quiet humiliation. All of it led me exactly here. Margaret thought a grandson would secure this family's legacy. She never imagined I'd secure my own instead. Sophie deserves to grow up watching her mother stand tall, not shrink herself to make everyone else comfortable. Whatever happens next with Michael, with Vanessa, with this baby, I'm no longer afraid of any of it. I built this quietly, patiently, for years. Now I intend to use it properly, for myself and for my daughter.
I need to know if there's any legal way to challenge Grace's ownership stake. Surely there's some loophole we haven't considered yet.
Mrs. Whitcomb, based on what you've described, her claim appears entirely legitimate. I don't see grounds for a challenge here.
There must be something. She humiliated this family today, in front of the entire board, and I refuse to simply accept that outcome quietly.
With respect, Mrs. Whitcomb, she didn't humiliate anyone. She simply exercised rights she's legally held for quite some time now.
Then find me something, anything, that gives this family leverage back. I won't let that woman control our company's future. This isn't over. Grace may have won today, but I've fought harder battles than this one throughout my entire life.
Grace Whitcomb secures board seat following significant ownership revelation. She's been planning this for years, clearly. I came into this house thinking Grace was weak, thinking Michael and Margaret had all the power here. I was wrong, completely wrong, and now I'm not entirely sure what that means for me and my son's future. Michael's been avoiding me since the meeting. Margaret only calls when she wants updates on the pregnancy itself. Maybe Grace is the only person in this house who's actually been honest with me this entire time. In her own way. I need to talk to her directly. Not as enemies, but as two women who've both been used by the same family somehow. I owe you an apology, Grace. I came into your home and treated you like you were nothing, like you deserved to be replaced. You believed what you were told, Vanessa. Michael and Margaret painted a picture of me that served their own purposes. That doesn't excuse how I treated you. I was cruel, entitled, thinking I was somehow better than you because I could give Michael a son. We're both victims of the same family's expectations, Vanessa, in different ways. You weren't the villain here. Neither was I, really. Then who is Grace? Because someone caused all of this pain, all of this humiliation, for both of us, over all these months. Sometimes the villain isn't a person, Vanessa. Sometimes it's an entire system that teaches women our worth depends on sons.
Mommy, everyone at school says you're famous now. My teacher even asked me if my mommy really owns part of a big company.
I suppose that's true, sweetheart. Mommy worked very hard, quietly, for a long time to build something for our family.
Why did you keep it a secret for so long, Mommy? Weren't you excited to tell everyone what you had accomplished all by yourself?
Sometimes, sweetheart, we have to protect the things we're building until we're ready to share them with the world properly.
I think you're the bravest person I know, Mommy. Braver than any princess in any of my storybooks that I have upstairs.
Thank you, my darling. You are the reason I found the courage to keep building, even when things felt impossible.
Grace, I need to understand why you never told me. 9 years, and you kept something this significant completely hidden from me.
Because every time I tried to show you my strength, Michael, you made me feel smaller for having it in the first place.
That's not fair, Grace. I never intentionally tried to diminish you. I just didn't always understand what you were capable of.
You didn't need to understand it, Michael. You needed to respect it, regardless of whether you fully understood every part of me.
You're right. I failed you in so many ways these past several years. I let my mother's expectations control our entire marriage.
I know, Michael. And now we both have to figure out what kind of future actually makes sense for our family.
There must be an old family bylaw, something written before Grace's father ever got involved with this company's founding. If I can prove the original founding documents restrict certain shares to bloodline family members only. Here, a clause from decades ago, rarely enforced but never officially removed from the company's founding charter either. Grace may have her shares, but if this clause still holds legal weight, her voting power could be significantly restricted. I need to speak with a different lawyer immediately, someone willing to pursue this more aggressively than before. This isn't over, Grace. You may have won the battle today, but I still intend to win this entire war eventually.
Something feels wrong. This pain isn't normal. It's too early for anything like this to be happening right now. I need to call someone immediately. Michael, Grace, anyone who can help me get to the hospital quickly. Please, not now. Please let my baby be okay. I can't lose him after everything I've already given up for this.
Mr. Whitcomb, there have been some serious complications with the pregnancy. We need to discuss some very difficult decisions immediately. Complications? What kind of complications? Please just tell me if Vanessa and the baby are going to be all right.
Doctor, please tell us everything. Whatever Vanessa needs right now, we're prepared to support her fully.
I understand. Let's discuss it inside. Just when Grace's victory seemed complete,
Vanessa is experiencing preeclampsia, a serious complication that's putting significant stress on both her and the baby right now.
preeclampsia, is that dangerous? Please, doctor, tell me exactly what this means for Vanessa and for the baby.
It can be very dangerous if not managed carefully. We may need to deliver the baby early to protect both of their lives. How early are we talking about, doctor? What are the risks involved with an early delivery at this specific stage? She's at 32 weeks. The baby has a strong chance of survival, but will likely need time in the neonatal intensive care unit.
Please, just do whatever you need to do to keep them both safe. I can't lose either of them right now. Why are you here, Grace? After everything I've done to you, why would you even bother staying by my side tonight?
Because regardless of everything between us, Michael, there's an innocent baby's life at stake right now. That matters more than our conflict.
I don't deserve your kindness right now, Grace. I brought Vanessa into our home, humiliated you, and now I'm terrified I'll lose them both.
Fear doesn't care about who deserves what, Michael. Right now, you need support, and I'm not the kind of person who withholds it out of spite.
You truly are a better person than I ever gave you credit for, Grace. I see that so clearly now, sitting here like this.
Let's just focus on getting through tonight, Michael. We can figure out everything else once we know Vanessa and the baby are safe.
What's happening? Michael called and said something about complications. Is my grandson going to be all right, Grace?
Vanessa has preeclampsia, Mama. They're preparing to deliver the baby early. Both of their lives are considered at risk right now.
This can't be happening. Not now, not after everything. That baby needs to survive, Grace. He needs to survive for this family.
Mama, right now, this isn't about the family legacy. This is about a woman and a baby fighting for their lives in that room.
You're right. I'm sorry, Grace. I've been so focused on what this baby represents, I forgot he's an actual person.
We all have moments of clarity when it matters most, Mama. Let's just pray for good news and support each other through this together. Congratulations, Miss Monroe. He's small, but he's breathing on his own. That's an incredibly good sign this early in the pregnancy. Can I see him, please, just for a moment before you take him to the intensive care unit for monitoring? Of course, just for a brief moment. We need to get him properly stabilized as quickly as possible under careful medical supervision. Hello, little one. You fought so hard already, and you're not even a full day old yet, my sweet boy. He's a fighter, just like his mother clearly is. We'll take excellent care of him in the NICU. You focus on resting and recovering now. Thank you. Please, take good care of him. He's all I have left to hold on to right now in this world.
He's so small, so fragile. I never imagined feeling this much love for someone I just met tonight. I'm sorry, little guy. I'm sorry for how complicated your arrival into this world has been from the very beginning. Look at him. He's fighting so hard already. I don't know how to process everything I'm feeling right now.
You don't have to process it all tonight, Michael. Just be grateful he's here, fighting, and focus on what comes next for him.
You're right. Thank you for being here, Grace. I don't think I could have gotten through tonight without your steady presence.
I'm always here for you.
Mommy, is the baby okay? I heard you and Daddy talking last night, and you both sounded really worried about something.
Your baby brother arrived a little early, sweetheart. He's very small right now, but the doctors are taking excellent care of him.
Can I meet him, Mommy? I want to see my little brother. I promise I'll be very gentle and careful with him, I promise.
Soon, sweetheart, once he's a little stronger. Right now, he needs to stay in a special room where doctors can watch him closely.
I'll draw him a picture then.
so he has something pretty to look at while he's getting stronger in that special room, Mommy.
That's a beautiful idea, my darling. I'm sure your little brother will love having something from his big sister already. You came to visit me, Grace? After everything, after how I treated you in your own home, you still came here today. You just went through something terrifying, Vanessa. None of our history changes the fact that you needed support today. Thank you, Grace. I don't think I properly understood who you really were until this entire situation happened between us. How are you feeling, both physically and about everything else that's happened these past few months since you moved into that house? Scared, honestly. Scared for my son, uncertain about my future with Michael, unsure of my place in all of this now, if I even have one. Whatever happens with Michael, Vanessa, your son will always need you. That's something no one can take away from you now.
I spent years demanding an heir, obsessing over bloodlines and legacy, and I almost lost sight of what actually matters. This tiny baby almost didn't make it into this world because of the pressure I placed on everyone around him. Grace was right. This was never about a company or a legacy. This is about a fragile, innocent life that deserves better from all of us. Grace, I owe you an apology. A real one, not the kind I've offered you before out of obligation.
I appreciate that, Mama. Let's focus on this little one for now. He needs all of us united, not divided by old expectations.
You're right, Grace. Completely right. I hope in time I can earn back some measure of your trust and respect.
I almost lost everything this week. My son, nearly. My marriage, already broken. My mother's approval, meaningless in comparison. Grace showed more grace to me and to Vanessa than either of us deserved after everything we put her through these past months. I need to figure out what kind of man I actually want to be now. For Sophie, for my son, and for whatever remains of my life ahead. Grace, where do we go from here? After everything, the affair, the company, the baby, I honestly don't know what our future looks like anymore.
I don't know either, Michael. But I do know I'm no longer willing to shrink myself to keep this family comfortable.
Grace, please.
The crisis has passed, but the biggest question still remains unanswered. What does Grace truly want for her future now?
6 weeks since the board meeting. 6 weeks of learning what it truly means to stand fully in my own power. The company's performing better than projected this quarter. Perhaps fresh perspective was exactly what this board needed. Margaret hasn't challenged my position again since the hospital. I think something in her genuinely shifted that night. Michael has been different too, quieter, more thoughtful. Whether that lasts remains entirely to be seen still. Sophie's thriving, proud of me in ways I never expected a 9-year-old to fully understand yet. Now, I just need to decide what I actually want for the rest of my own life, beyond simply surviving it.
Grace, do you have a moment? I know you're busy, but I need to ask you something important about where we go from here.
Of course, Michael. Come in. What's on your mind that couldn't wait until we were both at home tonight?
I want to formally file for divorce, Grace. Not because I don't respect you, but because I think we both deserve honesty at this point.
I agree completely, Michael. We've both changed too much these past months to pretend our marriage still makes sense.
I want you to know, whatever happens, I'll make sure Sophie is provided for properly, and I'll respect your position at this company fully.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Let's handle this with dignity, for Sophie's sake, and honestly, for both of our own sakes too.
Grace, I've thought long and hard about everything these past weeks. I owe you a real apology for how I treated you all those years.
I appreciate you saying that, Mama. It means something hearing it directly from you, especially after everything that happened.
I made you feel like your worth depended entirely on giving this family a son. That was cruel, and frankly, it was foolish of me too.
It was painful, Mama, more than I think you ever realized. But I've made peace with those years. I'm choosing to focus forward now instead.
I'd like to know my granddaughter better if you'll allow it. Truly know her, not just as an obligation, but as someone I actually cherish.
Sophie would like that very much, Mama. She's always wanted a grandmother who simply loved her exactly as she is. We're going to be just fine, you and I. I promise you that, even if things didn't turn out how I originally planned. Michael's agreed to support us properly, and honestly, that's really all I actually need from him at this point now. Grace helped me find this apartment, you know. She didn't have to do that, but she did it anyway, for both of us. I used to think I needed to be someone's wife to matter. Now I understand I just needed to become my own person. You're going to grow up knowing your sister Sophie, knowing Grace too. This family looks different, but it's still a family. Thank you, little one, for teaching me more about strength and resilience than I ever expected to learn this year.
He's so tiny, Mommy. Can I hold him? I promise I'll be super careful, just like you taught me with baby dolls.
Of course, sweetheart. Here, sit down on the couch, and I'll help you hold him properly. He's stronger than he looks now.
Okay, Mommy. Hi, little brother. I'm Sophie. I already drew you 3 pictures, and I have so many more I want to make for you.
He's very lucky to have a big sister like you already, Sophie. Not every baby gets someone so excited to know them this much.
Can I visit him a lot? I want him to know me really well, so we can be best friends when he gets bigger, like Mommy and me.
Of course, sweetheart, we'll visit often. Family isn't always simple, but it can still be full of love, exactly like this moment.
I spent years measuring my worth by what my mother expected of me, instead of who I actually wanted to become. Grace taught me more about real strength in these past few months than I learned in my entire life before this. I have 2 children now who deserve a father who shows up fully, not one distracted by legacy or pride or fear. Starting today, I choose to be present for Sophie, for my son, and honestly, for myself as well, finally.
They called me Barren. They called me quiet, weak, disposable. I let them believe whatever made them comfortable at the time. I was never waiting because I was powerless. I was waiting because patience was the sharpest tool I actually had available. Now this house is mine. This company is partly mine. And most importantly, my daughter watched me reclaim myself. Whatever comes next in my life, love, more success, simply peace, I know I'll face it as exactly who I truly am.
Congratulations, Grace. The board's unanimous decision reflects genuine confidence in your vision for this company's future.
Thank you. I don't take this position lightly. I intend to lead this company with the same patience and integrity that got me here.
I have no doubt about that, Grace. Your journey here has honestly become something of a legend within this entire company already.
Let's just say I learned that quiet strength eventually speaks louder than any noise ever could, given enough time and patience.
This is the best dinner ever. Everyone I love is here together, even though things used to be so complicated between all of you.
Family doesn't have to look one particular way, my dear granddaughter. Sometimes the most unusual families become the strongest ones.
Your mother taught all of us something important this year, Sophie. Real strength isn't loud. Sometimes it's simply quiet and patient.
And sometimes the people you think are your enemies become the very people who help you rebuild everything. They called me Barren. Now, they call me Chief Executive Officer. Funny how patience rewrites an entire story eventually.
She was never waiting because she had nothing. She was waiting because she knew exactly what she was building.